It's the angle and the fit that makes it viable. And I do it on a small scale, but at one time they made barrels here for rice. Rice was the cash crop. You know that by now. Rice had to be shipped in barrels to keep it safe and dry, and they look like this one over here. They were made of pine, and they had the wooden hoops on them to save money because rice is a dry product like sugar and tobacco. So while carpenters built houses and barns, coopers made barrels and buckets. Every single bit of this was done by enslaved Africans who brought their wood carving skills and ironworking skills over with them. And most importantly, they brought the knowledge of rice, which they had been growing for hundreds of years. Now, the English had never grown much rice. They loved to eat it, but they didn't know how to grow it, which made for a very interesting situation. Now, we grow rice. We have samples on the wall up here of both the Carolina gold rice in the middle, the rice of Asian origin, the moneymaker. Over on the right is African rice from Senegal that came over earlier on slave ships. That was brought ashore. Women grew it in their gardens, and the English saw it and then realized the potential of growing it here. So I'm going to give you just a very, very quick taste of what it means to do some of this work. If you've got a slab of wood, and I work directly from the tree, and if it's a little too wide, then you can use a tool called a froe to even it up a little bit, and it's basically it's a splitting tool. You put it right there in the middle there, and give it a couple of whacks, and then you can split the wood apart. Now notice the way it comes apart. It comes apart a little bit in shards, like this right there, which means you're going to lose a little bit of wood. This surface is very, very smooth, or relatively smooth. So cypress is a wood that is best split parallel with the ring lines. In other words, in this direction right here. Knowing that and understanding that makes it a little easier to do the job. So after the wood has been split, then the rough edges can be taken off by chopping. And you would want to taper it a little bit because that's what keeps the hoops on tight. And then after doing that, the final step of shaping is done over here at a jointer plane, a long body plane, upside down mounted to the table, and I tilt the wood to the side and just run it at a tilt along that blade. Now I do that by eye and by intuition. So this is where the cooper is different from the carpenter, who is wedded to the idea of always measure twice, count once, never eyeball it. In coopering, we eyeball it every day, so it's very much like wood carving in that respect. Now right behind you is one last thing is the lathe. If someone wants to turn that crank there, right-handed, go ahead and turn that crank to the right. If you look down there, you'll see how that piece of wood goes round and round. See the cranks in it? So it took two people. One person would turn the crank while the other did the cutting, and they could turn out balusters for staircases and hubs and wagons. So there you have it. That's the basic story.